This week on the podcast, we are trying to steal some gold coins and drink a little bit of Jameson as we talk about the 1993 Leprechaun. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Dissect That Film podcast, where we dissect your favorite films and film franchises. Today, it's St. Patrick's Day. And so we said, Prometheus, you got to wait till next week because we got to talk about Leprechaun from 1993. Me, as always, are my amazing co-hosts, Dan and Angela of DNA Gaming.
Hey, I accidentally wore green today.
I have green
Hey! I was looking through my my wardrobe, and I was like, I don't have anything green. And I was like, wait, I have a Dissect That Film shirt that's green, so that's what we're doing.
Well, you said it, and you're like, we're recording for St. Patrick's Day. While you were saying that, I was like, oh, I got green on, we're good.
Green pumpkins. I got green pumpkins.
Even though you already told us, I forgot until you said it.
So, and I figured I'd drink out of this beautiful new tumbler that I got from the Stew World Order podcast. It's glorious, and I'm drinking some beautiful Jameson, an Irish whiskey, which is makes an appearance in this wonderful movie, and some ginger ale. So I'm all festive.
Ooh,
I'm not festive at all.
ginger ale, that's good stuff.
Taste delicious. So today we're talking about Leprechaun from 1993. To be honest, I thought this movie came out in the late 80s, but this movie came out 2 years after I was born. Funny thing about Leprechaun is that it was made the year I was born. It actually finished filming in December of 1991, but wasn't released until January of 1993. So they it took a little bit before they decided, yeah, we'll finally release it. Because for a while they were trying very hard to not release the movie because a lot of people just were like, this isn't very good. This isn't very good. And according to IMDb, it's still not really great in a lot of people's eyes. It holds a 4.8 on IMDb, which is probably one of the lowest rated movies we've ever talked about on the show, other than probably like the terrible Jaws sequels.
Yeah, that's fair.
But this is a movie I remember watching a lot as a kid. This was cheesy horror. This is one of those horror movies that you watch and you're not expecting to get scared unless you're a kid and you're like, you just have had those images in your head of like what a leprechaun really is and like how like they're supposed to be nice, and this one is just not nice. It's pure evil. And so maybe that would scare a lot of people, but I remember always laughing and having a great time with this entire franchise, which has so many movies. So many movies. Just this collection has 7. And then there's another one that came out like 2 years ago.
That's
not part of this collection. Yes. Called Leprechaun Origins.
Okay.
Yeah, which is a sequel to this movie.
Okay.
Yeah. So, let's talk about it. Let's talk about our latest viewing of it, of course. And maybe if you guys have a history with this movie, let's talk a little bit about that. So let's start with Angela this week.
Okay. First time I watched this was in high school. Are you okay?
I'm bracing.
Okay, in high school at a friend's house, and I didn't even know what it was. I just kind of walked in, and she had it on, and I remember watching this, and was it Shaolin Soccer or whatever? We watched both of those. I was like, these movies are stupid. But then watching it this last time, I really enjoyed it. I loved the brain. The guy that plays
Warwick
Davis. God, ow, you just pinched my arm.
Oh, I'm sorry. I moved the chair. Gotcha. It bit you.
It bit me. He does a great job. He probably is he is the best actor in this movie.
Yeah. That's true facts.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, Jennifer Aniston.
She wasn't quite there yet.
No, she wasn't there yet.
This was her first movie.
She did a terrible job. And those stupid shorts she wears.
God. It was the 90s. Come on.
I know.
She was such a fucking valley girl.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Stupid patchwork shorts. I hated them then. I hate them now. Of course, I was not. I never have been in with the fashion. So, but yeah, I enjoyed it.
Good.
Yep. Good.
We need to cut or just kidding.
Don't move too much.
I can't do the thing I normally do with my head. Yeah. But yeah. Would I watch it again? Probably not, but I really enjoyed it. So.
All right.
I know, I can't.
No, you're good. I'm sorry. So anyway, do you know what this movie felt like when I watched it? This whole movie felt like one of those CBS or ABC like family horror movies, and it could have been one of those if they just took out like all the swearing and like the violence and stuff. It felt like it could have just been one of those movies.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, I will say this: I'm not the biggest fan of the movie. It was okay, I guess. Like, I have no experience. I've never seen this movie. I've known of it. I knew Warwick Davis was in it, and he's my favorite part of the movie. I think he does a great job as the titular Leprechaun. And I only knew him prior to this movie. Was, of course, his appearance in the Harry Potter films, and then Willow, which Willow I was never a big fan of growing up, but my mom was, so I saw it several times. And yeah, he makes the movie. I really don't even remember any particularly remarkable kills in the movie. I'm trying to think off the top of my head. I'm not saying they were bad. It's not like Friday the 13th Part 8. But, yeah, like the rest of the actors I didn't really give two shits about. And some of the one-liners were, fuck you, Lucky Charms, because Lucky Charms are my favorite breakfast cereal. I love Lucky Charms so damn much. And there's some nice tongue-in-cheek jokes.
But it wasn't Lucky Charms.
It was Lucky something else. What was it?
I forget what it was.
I don't remember.
Lucky Clovers.
Lucky Clovers.
Yeah, it's Lucky Charms in the...
Which is hilarious.
No.
I know, I love
it. They can't have Lucky Charms in the movie, but they say Lucky Charms in that line.
Yep.
You're like, oh, where's the continuity here, man? Where's the Leprechaun continuity?
Exactly. And there was an appearance by Tarantula, which I was excited about. And I wasn't sure. I didn't I don't know what expectations I had going in, but it was all right, I guess. I mean, I could take it or leave it. I heard some of the later ones some people like more. I don't know. Probably not better quality, but I have no idea. I couldn't tell you.
I said they should have had Kevin Bacon play the other guy.
Oh, the handsome main lead. It should have been Kevin Bacon.
Should have been Kevin Bacon.
He was busy with... No, it was Tremors was a few years before this. Was
Tremors was 90.
90, okay.
Yep.
God, I cannot believe this came out the same year as Jurassic Park. Anyway.
Yeah.
But yes, carry on, Park. That's all I have to say about it.
Yeah, like I said before, I watched this a lot as a kid. I really enjoyed it. I was a huge Friends fan, and I remember I still am a Friends fan, but I remember watching Friends before watching this, and it was like, did you know that Jennifer Aniston is in a horror movie? And I was like, well, I need to see this. It's like, yeah, it's a Leprechaun. And I was like, okay. So, of course, I remember watching... I don't know if I watched the entire franchise, because I think the last Warwick Davis Leprechaun came out in like the early 2000s when I kind of lost interest in that franchise. But yeah, I loved Willow as a kid. So I remember it was like, yeah, it's Willow. And you're like, huh? Wait, the Leprechaun is Willow? Also, Warwick Davis was 23 years old in this movie.
Really?
He was 18 when he did Willow. And he was 13 when he was in Return of the Jedi as an Ewok.
Wasn't he the main one? The main little one? Or was he just random?
I couldn't remember. Star Wars fans know. I don't remember the names of the Ewoks.
Nope, I don't either.
But yeah, he's been acting since he was a kid, and yeah, this was he even stated there's a documentary on the Blu-ray where Warwick Davis talks about how like this was put on his desk and he literally was like, I'm on board, because he was like in a period where it was hard for him to get jobs.
That makes sense.
So it was like, all right, cool. Yeah, this seems interesting and something different. And unfortunately, as a little person, you get stereotyped into certain roles.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was because, I think it was just to make it more authentic for, a legend of a leprechaun, or however it may be. But to be honest, Warwick Davis carries this movie and he carries this franchise. I think the reason that this franchise has gone on as long as it has is because of Warwick Davis and his performance as the leprechaun, because he is having the time of his life behind all that makeup. And to be honest, I feel like I'm going to be the opposite of you, Angela. I actually thought that Jennifer Aniston was pretty decent in this movie. I don't think she was great. This was her first film role. She was only known in doing television before. And then, of course, once Friends happened, that, she became a superstar. But she, for the longest, I thought she was fine. She played her typical self in those really interesting shorts.
Okay, I'll put her under Warwick Davis, but she's like...
Oh, absolutely.
She's the next best person.
Except
absolutely.
for the one guy.
Ozzy?
Ozzy, I love Ozzy.
Yeah, Ozzy is a good character. To be honest, I actually liked all the characters that we hang out with in this movie. I thought they were all pretty good. The funny thing is like one of them just kind of disappears for the entire movie, gets hurt, then it's just like, bye.
Yeah.
Bye, Dad.
Yeah. See you later.
He must have another job. He can't be here anymore.
Yeah, I was like, where did he go? I was like,
just okay. Off at the hospital. I was like, bye. But yeah, this
forever.
I had a good time. It was full of laughs. This movie definitely doesn't take itself too seriously. It definitely wasn't a movie that was, I think, expecting scares, even though I think there were people who were generally afraid of this movie because of how creepy Warwick Davis is as the leprechaun.
Yeah.
The makeup is great, and yeah, this movie is just a great time. I have a lot of fun with it. It's dumb, but it's dumb fun for me. So Warwick Davis actually had to put a special thanks to George Lucas at the end of this movie, because Warwick Davis was still technically under contract with him. So in order for him to get permission to be in this movie, they had to put a special thanks to George Lucas at the end. Yeah. So I thought that was pretty funny. So I guess Warwick Davis. So this movie came out. It did what it did. I think it had a budget of $1 million, made $8 million overall.
Okay.
Probably not marketed a crazy amount. Probably not like something that they had to spend a shit ton of money, getting out there. So to me, that's pretty much a success. This was, I think, in 1993. This was deemed an indie film. This wasn't some movie that was like, this wasn't the start of a franchise like they had hoped, and it also was part of a production company that wasn't like, MGM or Universal or any of those where, like, Child's Play. When Child's Play came out, that was a big deal and it made a lot more money. I think that made almost $50 million in 1988. So when this came out, it was kind of just disappeared into the ethos, and Warwick Davis kind of almost regretted doing the movie until it gained popularity, and then they started doing sequels.
Mm-hmm.
He was in 6 of these movies, which then which I think ended in 2003. I think was when the last of his versions came out, and then we got some weird ass one that had a former wrestler. I can't remember what his name is. He played the leprechaun, but it was like a really weird looking leprechaun. Maybe we'll do that as like a Patreon review, because it's I think it was a sci-fi original movie. It was done by the WWE. It was,
of course,
horrendous. Then they did one a couple years ago called Leprechaun Origins. I think it was like Leprechaun Origins, unless I'm thinking. No. So the one I was just talking about is called Leprechaun Origins, and I think the newest one is called Leprechaun Returns, which is pretty much it's kind of like a legacy sequel where it's like it totally erases all of the Leprechaun movies that come after this one, and that is the true sequel. So,
okay.
Yeah.
Is Warwick Davis in that?
No.
It's not a true sequel. Yeah. It's true shit.
Yeah. It actually got some pretty decent praise, some pretty decent reviews on it. I guess the story was pretty good with the leprechaun effects, and the leprechaun makeup looks pretty good. It just, Warwick Davis is the reason that this franchise has just thrived for so many years, and why even with the shitty reviews that it gets, every time they release one, they're still like, well, let's make another one. Let's do it. Yep. Let's keep on going.
Why not?
But I mean, eventually they just became straight to DVD or straight to VHS sequels. So it's like, Jesus Christ, I'm going through all of the Puppet Master movies. Oh my God.
I've seen that.
I'm on number 8, and I'm like, yeah, they should have stopped 2 movies ago. But you know what? As long as someone's paying the money to make these movies and they go straight to VHS or DVD, they're going to keep on making them. They're going to keep on trying to find some way to keep going. So Mark Jones, who's the director, he also directed a movie 2 years later called Rumpelstiltskin, which is very similar in nature to the Leprechaun movie.
Yes. That would make sense given the lore. Yes.
Yeah. So I thought that was pretty interesting. But he had this all written and had this idea thrown around back in the mid 80s, and then kind of was trying to pitch it around until the studio decided to pick it up, which the studio for this was Trimark Pictures. So yeah, it finally got approval, but the studio didn't want him to direct it. They wanted the idea. They were like, okay, well, you can be involved with it, but we need somebody else to direct this. He was like, well, I'm not. I literally made this just so that I could direct it. Like this is my idea. This is what I want to direct it. Well, the reason why they didn't want him to direct it was because they wanted to have it strictly be a horror movie. They wanted it to be and Mark Jones's script was what we got. It's very, it's a horror comedy.
Yeah.
And and it's so funny watching the documentary that's on the Blu-ray, and they're talking to like different people who are involved, and they're just like, yeah, we watched it. We thought it was garbage. We like, we had like no hope for this thing. It just was not gonna end well. And then, yeah, we got what we got, and it sprung out all these other crazy sequels.
Yeah. Yeah.
So this movie stars Warwick Davis, of course, as our titular leprechaun. We have Jennifer Aniston in her first film, 1 year before Friends starts. We have Ken Olant. He's the one who plays. He was the one who played Nathan.
Oh.
Yeah, he was pretty much known for like TV shows, soap operas, all that fun stuff. So
was he Dad?
No, that wasn't. No, Nathan was the guy that
love interest.
The love interest. Yeah.
The handsome painter.
Yeah, with the really good hair.
Yeah, the Rep Scout, the group of like lovable oaf painters. Yeah, I got it.
We have Mark Holton as Ozzy, who would return to the franchise in 2018 with Leprechaun Returns.
Really?
Yeah, he plays Ozzy because like I said, it's a true sequel to this movie. So they brought him back to be Ozzy once again. He was also in Pee-wee's Big Adventure, and he was in the Teen Wolf movies. In the documentary, I mean, I'm not going to say exactly what Warwick Davis says about this guy, but the way he words some things about Mark Holton, not very nice. Warwick Davis, not very nice.
Really? Just dunks on the guy?
Yeah. He pretty much states that he is very good at playing a dumb person or an idiot, I think is what he says. And he's like, either he is a very good actor or he is just an idiot. And I was like, wow. You know you're being filmed, right? Like, okay.
You could just call him a lovable oaf. He's good at playing the oafish character.
Yeah. Wasn't very nice. We have Robert. What the fuck did I just click on? Okay, cool. Wikipedia. I just want to click on the stupid name of the actor so I can tell you what he was in. We have Robert High Gorman, who played Alex. He was in movies such as Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead, Forever Young, which is a forgotten gem from the early 90s, Mel Gibson. And he did some TV shows and stuff here and there. He was in Rookie of the Year in the same year. And the last like well-known movie that he did was Leatherheads, but he played like a side character, like a no-name character. So
okay.
We have Shay Duffin as O'Grady, who is the man who starts all this shenanigans, the man who literally in the opening of this movie just chugs Jameson. Like, made me sick.
I wonder how many takes that took.
Holy shit. We have John Sanderfield, or holy shit, I can't read. John Sanderford, who plays JD, which I think is the dad who just disappears in this movie.
Okay.
Like, where did he go? Oh, man. Did you guys recognize the sheriff, William Newman? Sheriff Cronin?
Yeah.
Do you recognize where he was from? I could not picture him. And then I was looking on his IMDb, and he was in Mrs. Doubtfire. He was the guy who was doing the dinosaur show. Like, he's the really old man who talks really slow and talks about dinosaurs. You remember that?
Shit, it's been so long since I've seen that.
Oh, man. I can't wait to talk about Mrs. Doubtfire. It's such a good movie. But yeah, he's in Mrs. Doubtfire. That's where I know him from. And then I would David Permenter, who played Deputy Trippett, and I only mention him is because he has a pretty elongated chase and death in this movie.
He does, yes, he does.
Which was all because of the studio, by the way. All right, well, there's really I got nothing else for behind the scenes, so let's talk about the plot of Leprechaun. Are you ready? Let's take a swig before we get into it. All right, here we go.
Hydration break.
So this movie opens up where we see the Leprechaun, like right away. Like he's walking downstairs, but the good thing is it's not like bright where you see him in full. It's more like a silhouette of him on the stairs. And he's got his little cauldron of gold coins. And oh man, I really wish I wrote it down. That's the thing I fail at it on the show is writing down quotes. He's like, I wish I might kill anyone who would touch my coins or something like that. It was some really good little like rhyme that he does.
He's looking it up. He's gonna make it happen.
Do it because I'm terrible. So yeah, he's pretty much stating, don't fuck with his gold.
You don't, dude. You don't just jack it. It's his shit anyway. Why don't you just take his fucking money?
So we then, the opening doesn't tell you when this happens. I'm guessing that this opening scene is like a long time ago, like hundreds of years ago. And then we see a scene where we're in a limo and we get a very drunk man who's in this limo. He comes out he's got a bottle of Jameson in his hand. He's chugging that thing. He throws it in the road. I'm like, oh my God, that is just horrifying. And this is O'Grady. And he's got Lepy's gold because his wife is like, what are you doing? We can't afford this. Why are you doing this? And he's like, shh, don't tell anybody, but we're rich. She's like, what? She's like, I stole gold from a leprechaun. She's like, you're an idiot and you're drunk.
Stop drinking this shit. Yeah.
Get the fuck inside. What are you doing? And this is when they're in the house and the wife is O'Grady just disappears. Like he's just gone. Oh, wait, he goes to hide the gold. So he's gone and the wife is making tea and she can hear like a little girl or a little kid like talking or singing in the living room. And as soon as I hear that, I am burning my house down. Okay. Because I know I'm an older woman. I know there's no children in this house and I can guarantee I can 100% know that there's not a child stuffed in that dude's suitcase and talking so casually.
I'm fine. Please let me out. I've only been here for a long time.
Oh, it's like, oh, so stupid. But hey, you know what? It's a movie.
Yep.
So yeah, she opens the bag. The leprechaun jumps out, of course, and fucks with her a little bit. This is when she falls down the basement stairs, and dies. It's like, oh, poor
whole
Mrs. O'Grady. She didn't sign up for this shit.
Why do I always hear about that? Like people falling downstairs and die all the time in movies. We've talked about this before.
Yeah, in Redditor.
Stairs.
It always happens. Yeah,
well, she didn't die. She just gets knocked out.
Like everybody gets fucked up falling downstairs in movies. It's like, let's just make it like it doesn't work that way. Most of the time, I mean, there are people that do, but most of the time, it's fine.
It's between that and like somebody hitting somebody in the back of the head with something, and they immediately just get knocked out. It's like either they're going to die from blunt force trauma, or they're just gonna be like, fuck, man, what the hell?
Exactly.
So Danny comes home. Mr. O'Grady. He's like,
oh, wait.
Wife, I buried the gold. Where are you? And she's like, I'm dead in the basement.
Yeah.
He's like, wife, I buried the gold. Now it's time to bury my dick.
Yeah. And this is when you get like the first, well, I mean, technically second time that he manipulates voices. You see it a lot in this movie. And he pretends to be the wife and he comes out with the tray of tea and so he chases him around the house until he ends up shooting the leprechaun. They get to the basement, he shoots him and then throws him in a crate and then nails it up and then puts a 4-leaf clover on the top of it, and I guess that traps the leprechaun. The leprechaun can't do anything with a 4-leaf clover.
It's his kryptonite.
He's trapped in the crate, but he also curses Mr. O'Grady, and you think he dies. Like you think he just has a heart attack and dies. But then you find out that's not what happens.
I got a question for those of you that are knowledgeable. Maybe you know, Parker. I don't. Is that like inherently part of the leprechaun mythos, the 4-leaf clover thing, and the ability to manipulate the voice? Is that? I know they're tricksters.
Probably.
I understand.
Probably taken from legends, but I know. I mean, I don't know. To be honest, I don't know. Leprechauns usually aren't portrayed as like evil. They're just mischievous. But like you're stealing their shit. So of course they're going to be douchebags about it. Like, give me my shit back.
It's like the government. You take their money, they're going to be real mischievous and just take all your shit.
Yeah, exactly. Douchebags.
Yeah.
So this is when we cut to 10 years later and we meet Tori and her dad. And they're driving in a cool Jeep, and we got a 4-leaf clover song playing because we need that.
It plays a couple times during this.
Yes, it does. Everywhere they go, it's just playing.
It's a Jeep CJ5. Couldn't tell you the year. It's CJ5.
I like it.
It's Nito Bandito.
So Tori and her dad, they make it to a house that she doesn't like because this house is pretty run down and cobwebby, and it's a mess. Like I feel like you probably should have like come here, fix it up a little bit, left your daughter, wherever she was, and then come back for her when the house is somewhat completed, because this house did not look livable.
No.
And he's just very weird. Like the dad's a weird guy. Like he's just trying to, like he's like, oh, daughter doesn't like the house. Oh, and he finds a fucking tarantula in the basement. I'm like,
that's normal. Okay. Where does this movie take place?
South Dakota. One of the Dakotas.
Those aren't inherently native to that area. I'm just going to throw that
I didn't think so. I was like, a fucking tarantula. Like, they could have put any out of the spite. I was like, well, tarantulas are the ones we primarily use in movies, so this makes sense.
It's because they're big and look good on camera. It was a red rump, by the way.
I didn't even question it. I was like, that's a big-ass tarantula. I just knew it was a tarantula. I knew you were going to mention what it was, so...
Yeah, I looked at its butt, and I was like, that's a red rump.
That's a nice red rump on that spider.
Was that like also a Irish thing? Because like leprechauns, like red hair, like it's got a red butt. Let's use that.
I'm not going to give him that much credit.
That's fair. I'm just reaching, but yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, that's a lot of reaching there.
Yeah, that's all I got.
You know what? We'll give him that credit. We'll say yes. Good on you, filmmakers. So she's, she doesn't like this place. It's dirty. It's grimy. It's not LA. I'm like, damn, you moved to South Dakota from LA. What the fuck was out here? Like,
that's a transition. I mean, this is the last time I'm going to run from the law. I swear.
Also, just a stupid thing that I noticed in this movie. I was like, man, they just moved to this state, right? How do they already have license plates on their Jeep?
Good call.
I was like, how does that work? So she meets Nathan, he's like he's helping to paint the house, and he's got a crew with him. Alex, his little brother, and Ozzy, who is he's a special guy. Yeah. Oh, man, Ozzy Osbourne was in this movie. Be like, what did he say? What'd he say? So yeah, and Alex and Ozzy, they're like really close because Ozzy's, I'm guessing, on the spectrum, and Alex is his really good friend who kind of, he's his really good friend. He just likes being around him, and he feels, because he's a little kid, Ozzy is very much like a little kid, so it's a good relationship they got. So Tori and Nathan, they talk about O'Grady and the crate. They go down to the basement, and of course, the dumbasses knock off the 4-leaf clover that would have looked way worse than that 4-leaf clover looked on top of that crate. Yeah. It would have shriveled up real nice and disappeared, and that leprechaun would have been loose a lot earlier. But
yeah,
movie. But don't open the crate. So they don't. They go back upstairs. But then Ozzy, they go outside because Ozzy's yelling, and he gets himself all covered in blue paint, and they're like, "You're supposed to paint the house, bro."
What the fuck, Smurf?
But like, Alex is his friend, but he's such a dick.
He is.
You're supposed to hold the ladder for me, man. He's like, well, that seems like a you problem. And I was like, oh my God, this kid sucks. So
Ozzy beat his ass. Nobody's gonna care.
So Ozzy cleans himself up inside, and he hears a little girl's voice. And I'm like, get the fuck out of there. This house is getting burnt down for a second time. And I hear a little kid. Where? Why? Why does everyone go towards the creepy kid voices? It's the worst.
White women looking for a furry dog to pet, even though it's rabid.
White people. Let's go investigate. We watched a movie like about that earlier. But carry on.
So,
yeah. What did we watch earlier?
Yes.
So the Ozzy goes downstairs to the basement. He follows the voice, and he's the one who knocks off the 4-leaf clover off of the crate, which then the leprechaun bursts out of, and then says some really insensitive things to Ozzy because he's not very smart. And and he eats the fakest bug I've ever seen in a movie. Oh, it was no joke, a toy. It was a toy bug you bought at Walmart. You bought them in like a remember the little like net packs that had all different types of bugs?
Yeah.
You could buy dinosaurs. You could buy reptiles. Yeah, it was that. They just put it on Warwick Davis's hand, and then he ends up eating it.
He didn't have that John Leguizamo dedication, man.
No, he did not. No one has the Johnny Leguizamo. So, yeah, the leprechaun does his thing, and then Ozzy escapes. He goes outside to tell everybody, and they're like, Ozzy, come on, man. We can't believe anything you say because you're not smart. They pretty much just tell him he's an idiot the entire movie.
Pretty much. All them damn cartoons.
Yeah, exactly. So they go down to investigate, and they find a rat. And then, that was kind of you're expecting them to find the leprechaun down there, but then the rat shows up, and they're like, okay, we're going to go back upstairs again. Then they go outside, and it's like, reading rainbow. And they're like, rainbow. And it's like, but it didn't rain. How are we not suspicious of this?
Nope, nobody.
It's been sunny and nice the entire day. And it's like, we come outside, and it's like, a rainbow. Where did it come from?
Do you guys know how this works? Did you read the rule book? Nobody had. Did anybody? I don't remember. Did anybody question like why the crate was broke to shit?
Nah, they just think Ozzy probably fell on it.
Like, Ozzy, you fucking oaf.
So Ozzy and Alex, they go to the truck. They find like this abandoned truck, and they find one piece of gold. And Alex is a dick about it. He takes it from him. But then Alex is like, oh, I found a sack of gold, because once he finds that one coin, the sack just magically appears. And so he's like, here you go, Ozzy, you can have the one coin. I'm going to take the bag of coins. And then Ozzy, because Ozzy's testing the coin to see if it's real, he accidentally swallows the coin.
Works. I don't know.
What?
I thought to myself, that's going to be a plot point later.
Oh, absolutely. I just love what he's like, does anything happen when you swallow gold?
Not a plot point, a plot Wait,
Yep, plot point. Thank you. He doesn't. You would have to deuce it. You're correct. Thank you, dear. She's that hyper analysis there.
So Alex goes, I'm going to dispense the money evenly between us, and then I'm going to take a good chunk of it and we'll donate it or something. Or no, they're going to hide it. So they go to hide. They're going to go hide the gold. Ozzy's kind of being weird about it. And we then get the whole thing that Alex wants to pay for a surgery to get Ozzy's brain fixed or give him a new brain or something. And it's like, to make him smarter, which, like, if this was an adult saying this, I think it would be like, that's fucked up. But like, it's a child and you're like, you just want your friend to be better, I guess. It's still something that probably wouldn't be put in a movie today. But
do you think these movies are connected to the Frankenstein films?
No, probably not. Probably not.
I have nothing.
Ozzy's actually Frankenstein. He becomes Frankenstein's monster.
When did the one with Robert De Niro come out?
Ooh, 90. That had to be early 90s. Probably around the same year.
This might be a prequel.
So Lepy gets creepy with Tori and scratches her. He's like under the truck and he like touches her leg, and then she's like, she thinks it's Nathan. I'm like, what? What a weird ass way for him to flirt with you. He's gonna crawl under his own truck to touch your leg. You fucking idiot.
Well,
so she gets scared. She gets scared because she looks behind her. She's like, "Oh, Nathan's back there. Who was that?" And then she gets scratched, and she's like, "I've been touched on the leg before." And then we get this really long thing where she's talked about how she's pretty much had sex, and the dad's like, "You have?" It's like, guy, hey, Dad, shut your mouth. You're gonna be gone in 10 minutes.
See, again, doesn't some of this just feel like ABC Family, like about like the finding the gold and the swallowing the coin, and like mistaking somebody touching my leg, and it was just a cat, and father questioning my sexual choices. All just maybe not that last part.
Shh, don't tell Mom.
Yeah, exactly.
I like girls and guys sometimes.
Whatever.
A small side tangent. This isn't the only time that Warwick Davis has ever played a leprechaun in a movie. In 1998, he was in a movie called A Very Unlucky Leprechaun, where he played Lucky, the leprechaun.
Didn't Movie Dumpster cover that?
No. I know they covered a different leprechaun type of movie.
They
might have covered that one. I don't know. Jesus, I'm still going through, you know?
No,
I can't even remember my own. I can't even remember my own episodes.
Whenever Leprechaun movies come up, I just think of Movie Dumpster because I've listened to so many of the reviews on like various Leprechaun films.
So yeah, she thinks it was a cat. They hear him meowing, so they think it's a cat. So they find a hole where they think there's a cat. And the dad's like, "Let me stick my arm in there." I'm like, Ozzy's the one who's supposed to be like this, not you, Dad.
Yeah.
Ozzy's got an excuse, Dad. What's your excuse? All right, come on, dude.
It's not even the fact that he's like seeing inside the hole and sticking his arm in to try to feel. Nah, he's just sticking that arm in there willy-nilly. He's like, "Come here, kitty, kitty, kitty." Even if it was a cat, he's gonna fucking destroy your hand.
That's what
cats are psychos.
We were talking about that. Like, listen, a cat backed into a corner, any animal, you don't just like jut your arm. I got it. Like, no.
I ain't putting my hand in a hole in a tree anyways.
This is so stupid. So he gets attacked, and you find out it was a leprechaun in there because you see the really bad like effect of his face inside the tree. Like, oh,
I see you, bitches.
I got you.
He does have a pretty gnarly bite on his hand, though.
Yeah. I love that earlier when Ozzy is explaining the leprechaun, he talks about his teeth. He's like, he never brushes his teeth.
Yes.
So, oh Jesus, I got to really keep track where I am. So they have to go to they got to go to the hospital to bring the dad, and the leprechaun follows in his cool tricycle.
It's all sped up. This is what I'm talking about.
Like, oh man,
fucking Looney Tunes, man.
So while they're at the hospital, this little boy and his friend go to a pawn shop in this random town to get this coin checked out. And the guy's saying, well, it's either rare and expensive or it's just a regular gold coin, which can still give you about $500. So they're like super pumped about it. And this is when the dad just disappears. He gets brought to the hospital and we never see him again. And they leave, and then the shop owner goes to the back of the store and pulls out the oldest book of coins I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
Like, he got it from the 1600s. He got it from the old Irish book of coins. Like, yeah, the thing was fucking the size of my desk. I was like, holy shit.
I think what they should have done at the end of the movie is, like, since you don't see the dad ever again, it should just be like a thing, and like during the night, what's her name? Tori? What's her fucker's name? The lady's
Tori.
Tori is like, Tori's father died because he exploded from Lucky Charms. Like, he exploded with Lucky Charms from all orifices, and like he just died that way. or no, it's like vampirism or lycanthropy. When you get bit by a leprechaun, you turn into a leprechaun.
Oh,
that's how they did the second one, because apparently they're all different leprechauns. What I'm told, there's supposed to be different leprechauns in each one of these movies, and it's the same fucking guy.
Well, you're not going to give it to a different actor every time. Warwick Davis is not going to have it.
No, absolutely not.
So the shop owner, yeah, he looks in his really old book and he is hearing things. He's wondering what's going on. So he opens up his safe and the leprechaun jumps out, attacks him, and then finds a pogo stick and just pogos his ass to death. Just pogos on his chest until he is done. You're like, what a way to die.
He bites his like thigh, like on the inside of his thigh first or some shit.
Yeah.
Like, give me some of them meats.
Yeah, I got System of a Down stuck in my head.
Oh yes. It lined up double quick with just one pogo stick.
Yes.
Bounce.
Pogo, yes, pogo. Yeah, exactly. Thank you. That song is fantastic. Love it.
Oh god. And this is when we get the one-liner where he'll bounce back in no time.
Yes.
And then Lepy finds a new ride. He finds himself a new little fucking
it's a
battery powered car. Oh, it's hilarious.
It's fucking
those cars.
We go to the restaurant where Tori and Nathan are, and that 4-Leaf Clover song is playing again. You're like, Jesus Christ, we get it. It's a Leprechaun movie. And they talk about useless shit that nobody cares about. It's like the fact that he calls her skinny because she's not eating. And it's like, well, that's stupid to say because she's skinny, but she looks fine. So what the fuck are we doing here? Lepy then, he's driving back to the farm and he gets pulled over by a cop. And the cop at first thinks it's a kid. And then he's wearing a mask and he's like fucking with him until he attacks the cop. Now, this is where it was supposed to end. This is what, like, you were just supposed to kind of be like, well, the cop's dead. But the studio's like, nah, we need this to last longer. So.
Add it out.
Yeah. So we then go back to the restaurant where Nathan and Tori are still talking. And we kind of see that Tori's kind of a diva. And, she doesn't like this life. And,
don't have
all
Abby on watch.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And then she doesn't eat anything animal based.
And he takes her shoe off and he's like, well, this is made out of cow.
He's got a point. I'm just saying.
He does. But it's a whole lot of useless bullshit. I don't care.
Yeah, it's like padding.
Yeah.
There's like a dude like in the back, like pointing at like football pads and like pillows and stuff to like stretch the scene out while it's recording.
Yeah. This is also where the director makes a cameo. He's one of the guys at the counter. He's wearing like a black trench coat or something like that.
I just can't figure out what took them so long to get there. Like Ozzy and Alex.
Yeah, how far was that punch?
Where were they walking? Yeah, what?
Because when they dropped the dad off at the hospital, they're like telling them to go to the restaurant across the street. Like, is the street like 6 lanes of traffic?
I assume not. They probably live in a little podunk town, is what I assume.
But also the fact that Nathan has literally no care for his brother just being out with Ozzy.
Okay.
Yeah, they'll be fine.
I guess he doesn't have faith in Ozzy, but he does. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think it's a small town mentality. Like, because it seems like where they live is a very rural, small town area, like from what you do see. But like, he's probably like it's one of those like everybody knows everybody kind of town. And like, fuck it, just he's with Ozzy, he's fine.
Yeah,
he'll be fine.
I assume.
Sense. So, this is when we go back to and the leprechaun is chasing the cop through the woods. And this was a whole added scene that they didn't originally want. and he's pretty much fucking with him. He's like playing the game where he's like hiding behind all the trees, and the cops just like, oh, I was like, why aren't you just continuing to fucking run?
Also, the cop did not do a very good job acting this scene.
No,
it's really kind of like
to the point where he backs up to a random tree and is like, oh, I think it's over. I'm like, what made you think this was over?
What was your key indicator?
What event went, this must be done? Holy shit. And the leprechaun jumps down onto his neck and snaps it. You're like, wow, all that.
Yeah, all that.
So yeah, Tori, we get the whole thing about Tori not eating animals, the whole shoe thing. Nathan says unflattering things to her. Alex and Ozzy finally show up. And I don't even know why I write notes for half of the shit, because I'm like, this is just stupid. I don't care.
Look, doubloons.
So Leprechaun goes back to the house to try and find some food, and this is where he's like going through all the cereal, and that's when he finds like the lucky clovers or whatever the fuck they're called. And he's like, oh, Dad? And then eats it, and he's like, blah! Throws it on the ground. I was like, what? That was in the script. So we also find out that like Leprechaun's biggest thing is he has to clean shoes.
He was a cobbler.
Yes, which that's a common part of the Leprechaun lore, is that they're former cobblers.
I think it's classist because he was probably poor growing up.
Yeah, probably.
Look at this. I just brought politics into this bullshit. Go ahead. But no, that's a fair thing.
Welcome to America in 2023. Sorry to all of our international audience. But yeah, he likes to shine. So he's literally just spending his time shining all the shoes in the house.
Puts them on the table.
Yep.
At least it gave him something to do. Like, at least it gives him something to do as a character when he's not just gallivanting around. Because no offense, I mean, that's literally the best part, is when Warwick Davis is just fucking around in front of the camera, it feels like.
Yeah.
But like, he just gives him something to do as a character. He's just a shoe guy.
Yep. So they come home, the place is destroyed. And this is where we get this is a line that I swear I don't hear a lot in movies, but I used to say it all the time. And I think a lot of people do, is the no shit Sherlock.
Yeah, I still say it.
It's like, I think somebody like broke into the house and messed it up, and Alex is just like, no shit Sherlock. I was like, I used to use that line all the time.
I still say it.
And so they clean it up. They clean the place up, and they need to figure what the fuck is going on. So
there's a cleaning montage.
Oh yeah,
with Eye of the Tiger playing in the background. No, it's Four Leaf.
No, it's that Four Leaf.
Probably. Gotta get their money's worth out of that motherfucker.
No, they should have played the Killer Clowns theme song, just because it's not. It has nothing to do with this movie, but just because that theme song is fucking awesome. I literally have it on my Spotify playlist, and I listen to it at least 5 times a week. That song is so fucking good, man. It's one of the best themes. Hey, check out our Killer Clowns episode we did last year.
Yes, please.
It was fucking great. So they Ozzy asks Alex if he could kill a leprechaun. He pretty much tells him yes in vivid detail of what he could do to it. And I was like, holy shit, this kid is dark.
Yeah, he is.
Where are your parents? Because to be honest, I wouldn't trust your big brother being a very good role model for you, Alex.
No, not at all.
The funniest thing about this movie, though, is like Nathan doesn't pay attention a lot to Ozzy or Alex unless like something is happening.
Yeah.
And he also doesn't feel like he shows interest to Tori either. Like there's like nothing. There's no chemistry between Tori and Nathan where I feel like there should have been. Because Nathan just doesn't seem like he gives a shit about her either. Unless something is happening. And you're like, what are you then, Nathan? You just seem like a lump who says things.
Exactly. Except like when they're in the restaurant. Like, oh, you need to eat. Like, have some fucking meatloaf.
You look skinny. Put some food in your mouth. And I was like, oh, okay, bud.
He's secretly
just fucking gel in your hair.
He's secretly just everybody's grandma. You gotta eat. You're looking skinny.
You're looking too skinny, little one.
No, in the 90s,
we gotta fatten you up.
It wasn't gel. It wasn't Aquanet. That was the 80s. Something along the lines of Aquanet.
It didn't seep through. It didn't seep through until the 90s.
Yeah.
They're like, 80s are done. Get that shit out of here.
I just feel like this dude should be like constantly just his hair out of his face, like all this whole, all the time.
Hey baby, I like those really weird shorts you're wearing. You're like, what?
Absolutely.
So, Nathan gets caught in a bear trap because he hears something going on outside. He takes the gun. He goes outside. What? He gets caught in a fucking bear trap. What? Just what? All right, man. And then the leprechaun attacks, and I fucking love this because he's just like running around him and like coming, like attacking him. Then he backs up and he like runs around him more. Yeah. He's like biting him in the leg and shit, and he's like chewing on him. I was like, whoa. Oh my god.
This is like a fucking chihuahua, amazing. Dude. He's like biting your fucking ankles and shit.
Oh man.
Yeah, that's the one that's
the rest of the group shows up and to fight, and you relied on Ozzy to call the police. Because he calls the police, tells them exactly what's happening, that they're getting attacked by a leprechaun and all the craziness, and then you got the cop hanging up and going, "Hey, sheriff, that was Ozzy again with some of his crazy. He's telling us about a story about a leprechaun this time."
When was that last time?
Why did you? And then they get upset when Ozzy comes back, and Tori's like, "You didn't tell him it was a leprechaun, did you?" And it's like, "Of course he did. Yeah. Do you not know who this is?" And also, can we just point out that Tori goes from not knowing these people 2 hours ago to acting like she has known these people for fucking years?
Yep.
Like Ozzy, why would you do that? Like Ozzy, you said, like, you've known this man for 2 hours. What is this relationship arc?
Do you feel that some of these interactions between these characters, like bickering back and forth, there should be like a laugh track somewhere? Just push the button. Remember to wait for the laugh to die down before you continue your line.
100%. There should have been a laugh track in this movie.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll do a cut where we'll just add a laugh track to it and then try to see if we can release it somehow.
Please. But we need to add Pogo to the Pogo stick scene. I think it's just Bounce. Is the song Bounce or Pogo? I can't remember the name. I think it's Bounce. Okay, so we need to add that. But anyway, I think at least they brought it up. The fact that like they sent him to go call the police, and they actually asked, "You didn't tell there was a leprechaun." It wasn't just like a done thing and they just let it go, because the movie could have easily just not brought it up and the cops never show up. And
we just need to have a AMV hell cut of this
movie. Oh yeah, just various music throughout. Yeah.
Oh god.
Yeah, so, I've been there.
Nathan gets out of the bear trap and he shoots the leprechaun. It disappears into the bush.
Plugs that motherfucker.
Oh yeah, you see like that bright green blood coming out of him. They go back into the house.
Cooler.
Yeah. Yes. Is that a predator? It's like doing the clicking noises in the bush. Like shit, no.
Damn it, I can't do it right now. I can do it, like very little of it, but I can't do it on the spot, man.
Oh, the predator sound?
Yes.
So they go back inside. Tori tries to call the cops again, but the line is dead. It's cut. So they got to get Nathan to the hospital, but the car won't start. Oh no. Why won't this car start? But guess what? There's a fucking Jeep there too. Why aren't we trying the fucking Jeep, stupids? Instead, they get trapped in there because the leprechaun attacks. I love how he runs away into the garage or into the big barn and gets the car, and it's all Mad Max now. It's like
yeah. Well, this guy. Oh, go ahead.
He hits the car and tips it over, and then the next shot, it's back to being upright. You're like, what?
Well, they bring up the thing earlier too, like, oh, it didn't start. It's the distributor cap, and like it happens again, like, fuck, it's the distributor cap. Like, no.
Yeah, Alex opens the hood, and the leprechaun's got like fucking half the engine in his mouth. But yeah, that was hilarious. I just thought I was seeing things. I'm like, did the car not tip over?
Oh, I saw it. I was like, how did that fucking thing tip that damn car over?
But it wasn't even that. It was the fact that it was back upright in the next shot. Like,
yeah, it was the old bump side Ford pickup. That it was. I was like, what the fuck? Like,
so the leprechaun goes and notices they're not in the car anymore. They're running into the house. The leprechaun chases after them. He gets his hand chopped off from the door. And then, then it Evil Deads itself outside back so that the leprechaun can get it reattached.
And you can tell he's hurt though. Like,
he's
actually like hurt. He's not like, oh my hand, come back to me.
So the Tori calls the cops on her like cell phone. This is 1993, by the way. This bitch just dropped a lot of money on that thing. The sheriff. So they get the call. The sheriff then is like, "Oh, there's that cop Trippett's already out there. The cop that died earlier. So we're gonna call him." And of course, the leprechaun's in his cop car, answering the call and all that. And it's just like, what? Why did the leprechaun? How did the leprechaun know to go back to that cop's car to answer the radio to then go back to the fucking farm? Okay. Whatever.
Yep.
So Ozzy tells Tori about the gold and Alex tells her where it is. So it's like, well, if we get the gold and we give it to him, this shit will end. Please. So she goes outside to the well where the gold is. She, wheels it up. She gives it to him. He just pops out of nowhere. He's like, give me my gold. She's like, here you go. Do you want my weird shorts too? And he's like, no, those are yours.
Just the gold, man. Please keep those on. Yeah. Thank you.
Ask me about my weird.
Well, I like it. Ball fondlers 3D.
So yeah, he gets his gold. He then goes over to the truck. He's counting his gold, but he's missing one. And where would that one be? Inside Ozzy.
Oh no.
We're gonna gut that motherfucker.
So Lepy, he plays Find the Leprechaun.
This isn't a sexual thing.
No. And we also get a dick grab too. Like the leprechaun like grabs him.
Dude, yes. He just like, full on. Yeah.
Oh yeah, because he drops down in the chimney and he's like, I'm not Santa Claus. Fucking stupid. And he shoots a leprechaun after he comes down the chimney. He escapes, and then we get just skateboard shenanigans where he's on a skateboard just going back and forth. And I'm like, what is happening in this movie right now?
And he keeps missing his shots. It's like, you're a shit shot, dude. Like
the funniest thing is when he's in the bush and Nathan just shoots every round from the shotgun into that bush, not even seeing where the leprechaun is. I'm like, why do people do that? You can't even see him. Stop wasting your ammo.
I have unlimited.
So then the leprechaun bursts through the floor and then he gets shot again. And that's when we get and this is where we get the callback to Nightmare on Elm Street, because Jennifer Aniston picks up the phone and out of the bottom of it comes like a little tiny leprechaun hand.
I love the little hand.
I love it too. I just the whole time this scene, I've done this joke before on whatever, I don't remember what video. Like, pick up the call, like, oh no, the leprechaun's in the house, and it's like, the leprechaun is the house, and then like, this is fucking weird, like a hand. I seriously thought, I was like, I'm gonna take this from Mr. Krueger's playbook.
Oh man, it was definitely 100% a callback to that.
So. I totally pointed it out to her. I was like, that was from the original Nightmare on Elm Street. That shit happened. A little different
with the tongue. Yeah. So Lepy wants his last piece of gold, and Ozzy has it. So he is going to. So they find out that Mr. O'Grady's still alive. So they're like, okay, we're gonna go, and Tori ends up going, and she gets there. Somehow this guy has survived, but she gets there. The guard's sleeping, so she finds his room. Blah blah blah. She gets up to his room. The leprechaun's already there, kind of disguised as him. She's like, oh shit. So she leaves, gets into an elevator, and who conveniently just falls through the top of the elevator? Well, Mr. O'Grady, who then tells her how to kill the leprechaun.
But the leprechaun is chasing her in a wheelchair. I'm like,
he
ran faster than
that's great. I like it.
And it doesn't end there, people. The wheelchair comes back.
Do you feel this whole scene could have been mitigated if they're like, Ozzy, how do they take care of leprechauns?
Yeah, they could have.
And just ignored this whole, like, O'Grady.
We also didn't mention that the fact that, like, when she's trying to leave, they throw shoes at the leprechaun to distract him, so he has to constantly pick up shoes and clean them.
Yeah,
there you go. Guy in shoes.
And and then when she drives away, like he is attached to the back of the Jeep with like rollerblades on. So Warwick Davis is a speed skater, so he actually did all those
really
himself. Yeah.
Do you think they asked him like, what do you like to do? He's like, well, I'm a speed skater. I was like, we're putting something in the movie with skates for you, Mr. Davis. And like, all right.
Yeah. I mean, this is where the comedy is, where it's a very Looney Tune like scene where he crashed through the fence and it's just the outline of his body.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was expecting him to get ran over and to be flat and then like stand up and be fine. I'm surprised that didn't happen.
Pops back.
So O'Grady falls through the elevator. He tells her how to kill a leprechaun or how to at leaf trap him or whatever with the 4-leaf clover. So she's like, cool. And she leaves. So the leprechaun, she like finds a patch that is perfectly lit by a green light, which was on purpose, by the way. This was this was an actual patch of clovers like that they had found on the property that they were filming on. But they wanted to make sure that you knew what it was by putting this very awkward green light on that area.
And I love when she ends up like they find it and it's like clearly just a light. It's like shining down because you can see her. She transitions in and out of it. I'm like, okay. I mean, it works. It did the job.
So this is when the leprechaun attacks her. She's, he's in the cop car. He's, attacking her in the cop car, and she stabs him in the eye, and then he hops in the car and just takes the cop's eye. And I was like, that's pretty fucking weird. But I like it. And then he puts it back in his eye and he goes, an eye for an eye.
Yeah, no, that was good.
An eye for an eye, my dear. And then he gets shot.
Again.
Yeah, and then they go back to the little plot there with all the 4-leaf clovers, and they're like, okay, we got to find this clover. So while all this is happening, Alex is setting a trap in the barn. Kind of just generic traps to try to get the leprechaun, and Ozzy then she can't find the 4-leaf clover. Ozzy shows up and she's like, I can't find it. He's like, well, you gotta believe you can find it. She's like, shut the fuck up, man. I don't believe. This is stupid. I can't fucking find it. And he's like, you gotta believe. And then she's like, I believe. And then it magically shows up and I'm like, wow.
Heart of the cards, dude. Power of friendship.
There was no heart in that I believe. It was just like, fine, I believe. And I was like, hello. And you're like, okay, thank you.
The spirit of St. Patrick's Day is just like, all right, finally somebody fucking believes. Just gave her the clover.
Oh, God. So Lepy attacks Alex. And this is when Ozzy's like, no, you want me, not him, because I have the coin in my belly. And he's like, hey, I'm going to get you like a fish. And he like chases him down. He pins him. And he gets him good. He like claws at him a few times, like on his stomach and face and shit.
Yeah, tears him up.
You're like, damn. So, and then this is when Alex, he has an idea. He takes the 4-leaf clover from Tori and he takes his gum out of his mouth and he puts the clover on the gum and he's like, fuck you, Lucky Charms, and shoots it right into the leprechaun's mouth.
Yep.
And then the leprechaun's like, ugh! And he starts like melting like the Wicked Witch of the West.
Yeah.
Did we get it? Germs in my mouth.
We didn't get the melting thing. He didn't like scream of melting, did he?
No, he's just like, ah! He's just like completely breaking down. It kind of looked like the way Stripe breaks down at the end of Gremlins.
Yeah.
So
I would probably act the same way if somebody shot their gum into my mouth.
Oh, absolutely. I'd be so dramatic about it. Like,
let it happen at work so you can go home. I started vomiting uncontrollably.
I don't know what happened. So he falls down the well, and then you got to have that last like jump scare where he like comes out and he's all like fucking skeleton like, and he's like, ah! And then he gets fucking a butt of the gun to the face, and then Nathan blows up the well.
I thought you were going to say sets the well on fire. I was like, I don't remember that, but I'll go with it.
No, he blows it up. And then the cops show up. And we get a Leprechaun voiceover where he's pretty much being like, I'm going to be back. There's going to be a sequel to this movie. I was like, all right, I'm here for it. And that will be what we cover next year for St. Patrick's Day, Leprechaun 2.
Yes, perfect. I was like, man, I hope we watch more of these at some point.
But that's it. That's Leprechaun from 1993. This was a fun one. This was a good one to come back to. And it definitely, I've been really bad about planning movies around holidays. And so I figured since St. Patrick's Day is on a Friday. So
yes.
And we release our episodes on Fridays. So there you go.
Yeah.
All right. So we had comments on this episode, on this movie, to be more specific. Our first one is from Robert Doherty, my good friend Bob. Bob's Going Burgers. Said, this is one of the only movies I remember having nightmares about, probably because my dad had me watching them when I was like 6 or 7. That's understandable. That makes sense.
That'll do it. Yeah.
Our next one is from SP Film Viewers. Said, we did a review on this a long while back. I can't think our opinions will have changed. And they have a link to that episode. So check that episode out. And I'm probably going to check it out tomorrow or as soon as I can to see what your thoughts are there, SP Film Viewers. Thank you for the comment. Our next one is from Matt Skulls at Cranky Horror, who says, love it. The whole franchise. We marathon them every October and March. I bought all 6 Warwick Davis movies on VHS this year for our marathon. They're also on Tubi.
That's dope as fuck, dude.
So Returns has Lyndon Porco. That's who plays the Leprechaun in the newest one. Is good too. Our next one is from Movies for Days at Movies Days, who says, never seen it. Love Warwick Davis though. Always heard he really goes for it in these movies. He really does. To be honest,
he does.
I really recommend, if you've never seen the Leprechaun movies, to at least give them just go through them. They can't be any worse than any other horror franchise that went way too long. But the movies with Warwick Davis he just carries them, and he's a lot of fun to watch, even if everything else isn't great. Our good friend Johnny Browning, he just has a quote. He just says, where's me coin, oh Parky boy? And our last comment is from Podcast in the Woods at Woods Podcast, who said, one of the truly great gateway horror films for kids. Sounds dumb, but it freaked me out when I was younger, but now pairs so well with beer and pizza. It went from a challenge and stayed with me to be a joy. So there we go. Thank you all for the comments on Leprechaun.
I can't remember one of our... Oh, okay, sorry.
Yeah.
No, I had stuff to say. I can't remember which one of our things it was and who said it, but somebody just typed, said we were watching it on Twitter, and somebody's just like, watch in space, because I just seen the thing.
It was Podcast in the Woods.
Yeah.
Yes, because I really want to, I see it now. He's hyping it up, Boomer. I know it's you, and sure as shit ain't Gabby.
So yeah, thank you everybody for leaving your comments. Make sure to check our Twitter every week, because we do post what we're going to be recording. We've been recording things out of order. We've been recording things in advance, so episodes it hasn't been like it usually has been, where we record something and then it's out that week. So this episode will be out, when it's out, when you guys hear it on St. Patrick's Day. So thank you for everybody who leaves your comments, and stay tuned for the next one. But yeah, we'll be back. So this week was supposed to be Prometheus, but because of St. Patrick's Day, we had decided to do Leprechaun. That means Prometheus will be next week, and then Covenant, and then we're done with the Alien franchise
forever.
I don't know. They just announced, as of this recording, they have announced that Fede Alvarez, the director of the Evil Dead remake from 2013, is on board to direct a new Alien movie.
Yeah, it's the alien that terrorizes a teen sex colony, so it's gonna be it's gonna intermingle with Jason X, so it'll all cross together. It's gonna be fucking sweet.
It's gonna be
Alien the 13th, yes.
Oh
It's
man,
gotta be.
That's a fucking movie. But yeah, this was a lot of fun. It was a nice, short and sweet. Nothing these movies don't have a lot of depth to them. This is kind of like the Child's Play movies. It's just kind of the villain is looking for something and ends up doesn't, he's just evil, and I don't know. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun to talk about and go back and revisit some of these classics from when I think it'd be fun.
I think it'd be funny I don't know if it does, because I don't know anything about any of these movies for the most part. Would it be funny if this followed like the same parallel as the Child's Play? Like eventually, like Leprechaun gets married and has like a leper child, and
a leper child.
Even though every time
it's a completely different thing, Dan.
It is, because every time you kept calling him Lepy, I kept thinking of someone with leprosy, and I was like, that's just not what I would know. Like, not the same thing.
He calls himself Lep.
It's like Lepy
it's
Boy.
The same thing.
I mean, James A. Janice from Dead Meat calls him Lepy Boy, so I didn't want to copy his name, so I just call him Lepy.
Yeah.
So we'll just half
this
lift
old
it.
Lep. He plays one.
Yeah,
I'll go on his own.
Did you find the quote?
Oh yeah, I did. It's try as they will and try as they might, who steals me gold won't live through the night.
There we go. That sounds way better than what I said, which wasn't even close. Oh man. Well, I don't know about you, but that was a lot of fun.
Yeah,
it was nice.
Yeah,
quick. I like the quick turn and burns. There's nothing wrong with that.
Nope.
Said our piece. We had a good time.
Nice short and sweet episode. Hopefully everything works out at the end of this when I go to edit it. But yeah.
I hope so. We're gonna get canceled for all these height related jokes you keep making. You keep talking about short.
I was sensitive. I was mean.
I know. I'm just fucking with you. I'm just being overly analytical.
But yeah, like I said, Prometheus will be next week's episode. We are getting so close. I think this is technically episode 97. So we only got 3 episodes until our 100th episode, which will be, as of right now. Actually, you know what? I'm not even going to talk about that right now. We'll talk about it at the end of our Covenant episode. So
yeah,
stay tuned in a couple weeks when we talk about Alien Covenant. Also, if you don't follow us on social media, we're at Dissect That Film. Twitter, Instagram. I post things all the time on things we're going to be doing on the show. And yeah, there's other things in the works, other projects that we're planning on doing. So look for the news for that. We're going to be starting off a little bit slow, not doing like a crazy amount of stuff at once, but we're, once we get, just trying to be consistent on stuff. But yeah, thank you to everybody who listens to the show, watches the show on YouTube. I know someday our YouTube will be we're going to be doing some more with YouTube, and our YouTube videos for the podcast will be a little bit different. We're trying new things recording wise. I know it's taken us 90 something episodes to try to figure shit out, but that's the inconvenience of not being able to record in the same room and do the podcast like a lot of podcasts get to do, unfortunately.
I think that would just put its own set of troubles at that point. Like, oh, this would be great, and there'd be like all sorts of other shit we have to deal with. I think.
What if we recorded together in the same room?
Oh yeah, they'd be like, hey, I can hear Dan's dumbass chair over there. This big ass fucking nose breathing. It's just bleeding over my mind. It sounds like a vacuum, dude. Damn.
What the fuck?
I don't know. I'm just trying to think ideas.
Oh man. But yeah, thanks again, everybody. Make sure to leave us a rating and review wherever you listen to your podcasts, Apple Podcasts. And the more we get, the more ears we get into, and we want more people to listen to the show. We appreciate everybody who's been listening to the show for, either the entire time we've been doing this thing, or even if you started listening to us this week or last week. We appreciate you for all your support. We got a lot of content that has already come out, so make sure to check all that stuff out. And then we got a lot of stuff coming up in the future. So before I start rambling too much, thank you very much. And we'll see you all again next week. I am Brett Parker. That is Dan and Angela of DNA Gaming. This has been the Dissect That Film Podcast, episode 97. We'll see you all again next time. Bye.
Bye.